Morning, everyone. My name is Roy Cornwall. The date is Thursday the 7th, September the 7th at 10:07, 2023. I would like to talk to you about something people don't like to talk about very much, especially when it involves religious things on this topic. And this topic is going to be sex. I want to start this segment with something that's happened to me repeatedly through my life. Um, Even before I became hooked up with the Lord, uh, I acted honorably. So what I'm going to talk to you about is this: um, don't have sex with somebody unless you're going to ask them to marry you first. If the answer is yes, after that it's up to you. But if you're a man, I'll tell you what happened to me, so it brings us all into context. I was living up in Wasaga Beach, and I won't say the lady's last name, but her first name I think was Wendy, and she was a stunningly beautiful girl. She had blonde hair down to her belt line, blue eyes, good figure. She was beautiful, but she was bragging to me about how many men she had, right? Like she could pretty well have any man she wanted. And her and I were just friends. We were just talking at this point, right? So, I was I was a little bit concerned for her because she's a nice lady, but she's living in a place like I know I've lived there longer than she is, and I tried to warn her about some of the pitfalls in there and that. Um, Somewhere through that conversation, she says, "You and I would never work out because you're too clingy." You know what she said? Too clingy? If you're in love, how could you be too clingy? Right? So, okay, I move out of there. I moved down to Toronto. And because my phone number was the same, my email address, she contacted me, said she wanted to visit me. Okay. So she comes down to Toronto and she visits me. And she tried coming on to me. Um, you know what girls do? She did. She went above that and beyond that. What girls do to try to get me to have sex with her. And I said to her, "Mm, I don't think there's love there, Wendy. Without love, I'm not gonna even think about having sex with you." Then she did everything in her power to get me to have sex with her. But I said no because there was no love there. She just wanted to do it so she could have whatever she gets out of that. She needed it. So I said no. So she left and she wouldn't talk to me again after that. Right? I don't think this one's ever been told no to in her life. But the strength of my Lord, and I didn't even believe in the Lord then. This is pre me going to church and having a, yeah, I did have that event. I got crushed by the tree first, but I hadn't made sense of it yet. Right? Wasn't going to church. Wasn't I was, but I'm not gonna have sex with somebody if there's no love there. So I've only had sex with one lady in my life. That was the lady I married. And my message is this: if you're a young guy, right, um, don't have sex with multiple people. Sex is something very precious, and you give that only to the woman you love, and the woman who shows that she loves you back. A woman who thinks that she's not the center of the universe, that you owe me because I'm the wife and you just take care of me, you keep giving me, and do whatever, you do whatever I say. No, that's not the way it works. So I've had multiple women do this with me through my course of my lifetime. But the interest was not me, it was sex. And I wouldn't go for that. And I urge, whether you're male or female, to not have sex first to see if you like somebody. That's not the way this works. You date, you hang out together, you start by holding hands, and then you can put your arm around her shoulder maybe if she allows that, or he'll allow that. This is a natural progression of love. But to meet somebody and just to jump into bed with them, that's a sin. So, do I feel I've lost anything? Not having. I haven't had very much sex in my life. But I'm not going to let some beautiful woman come between me and the Lord. The Lord wants love, not sex. There's a difference there. So if you're young, take the right steps. Take the time if you're young to know the other person. Make sure they have your same agenda. The husband wants a house, a family, kids, but the wife wants to go to Las Vegas every couple of months, and she thinks she's the center of attention, and she's not. The only reason why she give you a kid is so she could sue you in court. Without love, all these things come into play. You have to have love. Love does exist, but it's like anything else. You have to look for it. You have to seek it out. And then make sure it's love, not lust. Lust is something different. There's nothing better in this world than a love a man has for a woman, or a woman has for a man, if it's true love. And that's your goal. That should be your goal. If say you go through life like me, I'm divorced. I'm not divorced, I'm separated from my wife. I've seen her in over 30 years. So, obviously I chose wrong. I'm telling you this because my wife didn't love me, she lusted over me. Right? And that wasn't love, and I didn't know the difference because I wasn't going to church. You've got to talk to a pastor. If you're confused about this, go to a church. I don't care if you're going there or not. Go in there and talk to the pastor about this. One is a contract, and the other one is pure love. Which one do you want? The contract where the man says, I'll take care of you, do this, you get the food, and everything else doesn't matter? No. You want love where the person does things for you because it's a labor of love, not a chore. So, you want to know something? Everybody young is beautiful, everybody. They're either beautiful in their mind or beautiful out externally. So, if a woman comes onto you or a man comes onto you, and all he's looking for is love, you can tell if it's love, sex that he's looking for, because he'll have his arm around you, or she'll put her arm around you right away without even knowing you. She'll do the flirtatious thing. Women flip their hair, men stand up straight and look strong, and you shouldn't have to do that for love. Love means you accept the other person for who they are and what they are. And love doesn't happen unless they have the same agenda as you. So, I'm not an expert on love. I haven't had a woman in my life for over 30 years. But I still know. And because I died and went to heaven, that was part of the download. Don't have sex for lust. You have sex to have a child because you're married and you love her. See, it's a little bit like giving. You don't give that bag of clothes in the closet to the Salvation Army because the Lord will be happy. You'll please the Lord. No, you give that bag of clothes to the Salvation Army because you love your fellow man. That's why you do it. That's the message the Lord wants you to get. The Lord doesn't need you to bribe Him to love Him more. So, love is a very complicated thing. And when you're young, when you're in your teens, you don't have the wisdom to sort of sort all through this. So, if a girl doesn't want you to see her parents, that should be a trigger. She's using you for lust. Don't have sex with them. Don't have nothing to do with her. If she doesn't want to, or he doesn't want to follow that path, the proper path, ask for permission to marry you and all this stuff, and marry you, not just live with you, don't let a handsome man or a beautiful woman sway you from what's doing right. Okay? So, be very careful here. Love is the most thing that gets people into trouble on this planet. Because the devil takes love and he twists it to lust. And it's not lust you're looking for, it's love that's going to make you happy. So, okay. Oh, thanks everyone for listening to this short one, and I'll put a couple more out. Blessings, everyone. Have a good day.